What's going on YouTube? I'm Andrew Crawford, the HD Legend, ya boy, the GOAT. Not the GOAT, but I look like a GOAT. Close enough, am I right? I think I'm right. And today on the channel, I will be doing, finally, as long-awaited, maybe by long-awaited, I don't freaking know. Whoever watches my videos might have been waiting for it. So if you are one of those people that was looking forward to this, here you go. My top 10 matches by my favorite wrestler to ever lace up his boots and step in a ring. The one, the only, the rated R superstar, the 11-time world champion, the Grand Slam champion, multi-time Intercontinental champion, the second most tag team championships in history, Royal Rumble winner twice, King of the Ring, Money in the Bank winner, iconic feuds, iconic matches. I'm so excited for this because this is the wrestler that he is my GOAT. He is the guy that I think when you take everything about a pro wrestler, you take his in-ring ability, you take his mic work, you take his gimmick, you take his entrance, and you take what he's done for the business, and you even take his accolades. This man, in my opinion, is the greatest of all time. The best to ever do it. There's no one better than Edge, in my opinion. But, like I said, when it comes to wrestling, my opinion is law. But yeah, top 10 Edge matches. Here we go. I'm going to start with a personal favorite of mine. Versus Undertaker at One Night Stand 2008. This was their next to last match as a feud, taking place at Extreme Rules, One Night Stand, whatever you'd like to call it, in 2008. For the vacant world title, they feuded over. Undertaker technically won at Mania and Backlash, and I think Judgment Day, but was stripped of the title by Vicky Guerrero, who was Edge's on-screen love interest. With the stipulation, if Edge won, Undertaker would be gone from WWE. Edge won. Undertaker was gone until Edge wanted a divorce from Vicky. Then, and because this match is non, I'm going to go ahead and say Vicky rehired Undertaker, put him in a Hell in a Cell match with Edge, and Undertaker royally murdered my boy. Like, killed him. It was bad. Actually, a great match. It might end up on the list. I like all the matches on this list too much, so it won't be. But, anyways, Edge Undertaker One Night Stand 08 is the number 10 match. 9, the most recent match on this list, Extreme Rules 2022, the I Quit match with Finn Balor. Now, hold up. Before you're like, have you watched an actual Edge match? I have. I've watched an ungodly amount of Edge matches. And that's why this is only in the bottom half of my top 10. This match was pure excellence. I don't think you can say it wasn't. It was a great match. It was a fun match. It was long, like an I Quit match and a Last Man Standing match should be, as I'll get into in a few entries. I genuinely think that in terms of storytelling, this Judgment Day story has officially gone too long. It was already too long in October at Extreme Rules, so I thought ending it with an I Quit match was fine. I thought they should have ended it Saturday with a mixed tag, but judging from tonight's Raw, I think we're going to get Edge and Balor in Hell in a Cell, which I'm fine with, but let that be the end of it so Edge can have one final something that's not this never-ending feud. But it was a great match with, honestly, I think the right winner. I think Balor should have won. But, yeah, on to the next match. The 2011 World Heavyweight Championship Elimination Chamber match. This match pitted The Big Show, Edge, obviously, Drew McIntyre, Wade Barrett, Rey Mysterio, and Kane in the Elimination Chamber. And this is more or less the on here for the story through the match, which was Rey and Edge started, Rey and Edge finished. They started in the ring, they finished in the ring. And it was honestly, knowing how close we were to the end of Edge's, well, not end of Edge's, but what we thought was the end of Edge's career, looking back on this match and seeing how well he was moving, how well he was, just keeping up with everyone, and how great he was doing, and how good this match is. I think putting this match is honestly, this is a little low. I could see it cracking. I couldn't see it cracking top 5, but I could see it as like number 6. It's not, because these next 2 matches are barn burners, and I don't think anyone should disagree with me because I think I'm right. But anyways, Elimination Chamber 2011. Oh, right. I'm going to do a star rating for all these. I forgot to do Undertaker's, Balor's, and this. Undertaker at One Night Stand, I'm going to give it 3.5 stars. It was fun. Too much interference. I know Edge was a heel, but my God, having 4 people run to the ring and try to kill a man was too much. And sometimes, yes, I feel the same way about the Bloodline. I'm being honest. Number 9, Balor at Extreme Rules. I'll give it 3.5 stars too. As good as I think it was, I do think that, I'll look back on it, I would rate it higher if the feud was over. And the Elimination Chamber will be the 4-star match. Seven, Edge versus Christian at No Mercy in a ladder match in 2001. This match was for the Intercontinental Championship, and it was shot off it was actually right in the middle of the Invasion angle. Christian betrayed Edge in the storyline. At that point, they were brothers, saying that his mom always liked him better. Then, he cheated to beat Edge for the Intercontinental title. Christian sided with the Alliance. Edge was pro WWE for the rest of the Invasion angle. And so it led to this ladder match, which was fun. Had a few really just spots, including one where Edge swapped Christian's foot from under him while he was standing on a ladder bridge between the steps and the corner barricade, and Christian hit that area first onto one of the rungs of the ladder, and he hit a lot harder than what you would expect from pro wrestling, and you could see the agony on this man's face. So there's that. But it was a fun match, and for a rating, I would rate it the exact same as the Elimination Chamber, 4 stars out of 5 stars. The only reason I don't really give it the 5 stars was because it took place, 1, during a terrible Invasion angle, 2, took place as a mid-card match, which, don't get me wrong, these 2 weren't ready for the main event yet, but it's not looked back on with so much memory, and it's kind of one of those matches that you forget happened. But it still belongs on this list because it was the first true showing that Edge and Christian could go in alone and put on a barn burner one-on-one, so yeah. Number 6, Randy Orton at WrestleMania 36. Hold up and shut up. Don't say this match was too long. It was the last man standing match. Last man standing matches should be long. Yes, this match was well over 30 minutes. It should have been. It was the best match of WrestleMania, not cinematic, throughout that entire weekend. And it was genuinely a great match. The storyline was simple. Edge and Randy hated each other. So we're going to have a last man standing match. And we're going to beat the crap out of each other. That's what they did. It went all over the Performance Center. The only thing bad about it was, honestly, the very distasteful Benoit spot, as people call it, even though it was just a little thing where they made it look like Orton was hanging Edge and people related it to the Chris Benoit thing. And I was just like, guys, shut up and it's a show. Calm down. But I think it was fantastic. I think that this match, this storyline, had Edge not got injured, could have carried through the pandemic. But given Edge's poorly timed triceps injury, we didn't get to technically finish the feud. So, sad. But again, great match. I give it, again, 4 stars, and honestly, the rest of my top 5 are all 4.5 or more. Actually, my last 3 or 5 star, and my next 2 are 4.5 star. Spoilers! The first ever Money in the Bank match. Thank you, Chris Jericho, for inventing such a wonderful stipulation. Now, you non-wrestling fans on my channel, and that are just watching this to support yours truly, thank you. What's the Money in the Bank match? You hang a briefcase over the ring. You have the lowest number ever has been 6, highest has been like 10. Winner of the match is the first one to retrieve the briefcase. What's in the briefcase? A contract for a championship match anytime per up to 12 months, aka a year. The first Money in the Bank match featured Shelton Benjamin, good start. Kane, great start. Chris Benoit, which is why it's not mentioned because of what Benoit did. Edge, obviously. Benjamin, Kane, Jericho, Benoit, Edge, and Christian. And there's a reason I love this match, not just because Edge won, but because WrestleMania 21, the Mania that this took place on, was a passing of the torch night. Cena and Batista won their first world titles. 2 of the biggest stars of the Ruthless Aggression era. Another one of the biggest stars, Randy Orton, had a barn burner with The Undertaker in the first match where Undertaker's streak was really recognized as this who's going to challenge him and who's going to beat the streak or who's going to try. And then Edge, that's the Mount Rushmore of the Ruthless Aggression era right there. Won Money in the Bank. So all 4 of these men came out looking like stars, but Edge, to a honestly bigger extent than Orton, less of an extent than Cena and Batista, after putting on a great match, winning the match, and just he took a scary little bump when Shelton Benjamin T-bone suplex Edge, which is basically you wrap him up like this and you suplex him off, and like he did that off the ladder. You would honestly have thought Edge might have been dead. And as I said, I rate this 4.5 stars. For TLC 2, tables, ladders, chairs, and the 3 tag teams that were the master of each instrument of destruction. The Dudleys, the masters of the tables. The Hardys, the master of the ladders. Edge and Christian, the master of the chairs. 6 men just pummeling each other. The interference was rightfully expected because of how many men were in the match. Lita giving Spike Dudley a chair shot that you thought might have killed him. Spike Dudley with the weird move that he does to someone through a table. Rhino goring Lita, and you might have thought Lita was dying off that gore. Obviously we know what this match is known for, though. Jeff Hardy's hanging from the titles, swinging, and Edge just jumps off a ladder, spears Jeff Hardy, and just splat. Oh my gosh, they're both dead. Call an ambulance, is what you might have thought. And there's actually a funny story that Edge told about this on his documentary that came out right after he retired. People asked Edge, how many times you guys practice that? And they're just like, doing it once almost killed both of us. What you mean practice? We didn't do that before the match. We didn't know how it was going to go. I could have missed. It's basically what Edge said. He's right. Again, just a fantastic match, and again, like I said, 4.5 stars. But these 3 matches that I'm about to talk about, I genuinely believe they are all 5-star matches. Versus John Cena at Unforgiven 2006. TLC matches are fun, but whenever you add a stipulation to them, like, what was that? Like, the aforementioned Undertaker match, the stipulation was if Taker lost, he was gone from WWE. This match, the stipulation was if Edge won, John Cena was on SmackDown from now on. Cena obviously won in Edge's hometown because for some reason wrestlers winning in their hometown is as likely as me getting a girlfriend anytime soon. Oof, depression. But anyways, Edge and Cena really just killed it with each other in this match. Their chemistry has always been something to look at. And unfortunately for both men, these 2 men were going to get to know each other pretty well over the next few years. As 2, John Cena versus Edge at Backlash 2009, Last Man Standing. This match was phenomenal. You had such a white-hot story of Edge literally looking at John Cena and saying, I hate you. Hate is a strong word, but it sums up everything I feel towards you. That was his exact quote. He said he hated his hat, hated his look, hated the C Nation, hated everything that he stood for. And at Backlash, you genuinely could not tell that these 2 were very good friends outside of the ring, because you thought these 2 men were going to murder one another. It was a fairly shorter Last Man Standing match, and as you know, as I've said 5 different times already throughout this video, Last Man Standing matches need to be long so they can be fun. And so you can really build to the end. It makes sense. You can't just have a short Last Man Standing match where you kayfabe break someone's leg and it's over in 13 seconds. That's going to be the most horrible Last Man Standing match of all time. But again, this match was phenomenal. Again, these 2 have chemistry like you wouldn't believe. They put on great matches, and I genuinely believe that if it wasn't for my sentimental value of my number 1, and it wasn't for how good the match and stories actually were, this would be number 1. I genuinely believe that. And this duo of Cena matches, 5 stars, as I've already said. But, needs reiterated, these 2 have incredible chemistry, And honestly, if I was going to book either of their final runs, spoiler alert for a future video, it would culminate in one more match between them. Just one more. Because they've never had a one-on-one match at a certain venue that I'm going to, again, future video, mention. But anyways, on to number 1. Number 1, WrestleMania 24 versus The Undertaker. So, as I said, I have a very special place in my heart for this match specifically. Why, you may ask? Here's why. Undertaker and Edge are 2 of my 3 favorite wrestlers of all time. If this had been a triple threat with Jeff Hardy, I would have been fangirling. Of course, when I was 8, I wasn't an Edgehead. Yet. But this was the first WrestleMania that my mother let me stay up past my bedtime to watch. Because I actually obey my parents and go to bed whenever they told me to. Back in the day, now I'm lucky to go to bed by 2:30. Anyways, sorry, my roommate just kind of looked at me like, yeah. But anyways, Undertaker and Edge had a great chemistry going on in this match. Just everything flowed like an Eminem verse, just so seamlessly, like they weren't even trying to put together a good match. They just were. And the storyline of Undertaker can't beat Edge, that was the storyline. Undertaker had never beaten Edge for the world title up to that point. And you know, he finally got it in this match. It was a simple story, but it was a storyline that worked nonetheless. And sometimes that's all you need. And little fun story about this match. Undertaker pitched to Vince, why don't we let Edge in the streak? And Edge was like, no thank you, people already hate me enough, I don't want to make them hate me even more. And so Edge didn't end the streak. Looking back, it wouldn't have been the worst thing. But anyways, Edge versus Undertaker, WrestleMania 24 is my number 1 Edge match. And with that, this series is over. Thank you for watching the video. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you absolutely love it? Tell me about it in the comments below. Did you agree? Did you disagree? Again, tell me in the comments. And so, with that being said, I'm going to be doing another series like this that let's hope it don't take me from summer 2022 to February 2023 to finish it this time. It will be my top 10 favorite songs by my top 10 favorite musicians. I might shrink that down to top 5 musicians. Don't know yet, but that's what I'm going to do. Fantasy bookings, I'm going to try again to start being more consistent on the channel. Just try maybe every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or maybe Monday, Friday, or it's going to be Tuesday by the time this comes out. Maybe Tuesday, Thursday, I don't know yet. I'm going to try to start being more consistent though. Whether that be vlogs, just videos, top 10s, fantasy bookings, I don't know yet. But anyways, without further ado, I'm Andrew Crawford, and I am not John Cena, and neither are you, because I can see you, and I will see you very soon.